Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dan here. So in today's video, I want to talk about starting your first gig in Fiverr. So if you guys have been watching, I released a video recently just about some really awesome ideas for starting your own jobs in Fiverr. And also too, I released a video about creating thumbnails and just really making yourself stand out. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about going into detail about what it takes to start a gig. So let's get on to that right now. All right, so before we get into actually setting things up, I just want to cover the bases and talk about just the general setup for Fiverr. So first of all, it is completely free to make an account. You can go on there right now and start doing that. It takes a few minutes. It's not bad. So the one thing that does take some time in order to start a gig is you're going to need to take an English test. And so this is just based on just sentence structure and just wording. So there is a cheat sheet out there, which I will link below, and that is for 2021. So no promises in the future, but just to give you guys a heads up, that'll make your life a lot easier. Also, too, you're just going to want to make a general profile. And so, you're going to be advertising your business. So you're going to want to make something that is just really stands out, really talks about your skills, and really is gonna make that person want to pick you. So things to think of. And then you're gonna want to search your competition. So I've seen a lot of videos on here, and no one really talks about what the heck the competition's doing. This is key because you're gonna want to find, how much they're charging, what their wording's like, what makes them, unique and whatnot. So I'm gonna go into that, and then of course you're gonna create that gig and start making some money. So let's get on to it right now. I'm gonna go right now. Also, so Fiverr takes 20%. So I just had to throw it in there. So charge accordingly, really think about how much you're charging with this because, obviously you're going to be doing this for your own sake and you're going to want to make some money. So make sure you're charging enough where you're not getting hurt. And keep in mind too, and I don't agree with this, but Fiverr, if someone tips you in Fiverr, they actually charge 20% on that. So that just kills me. But just a heads up on that, just so you know what you're getting into. So, all right. So, and like I said before, we are going to want to see what our competition is doing. So in this example, I'm going to talk about resume writing. So up in the search area, right up at the top here, I'm going to type in resume writing. Okay. And here we go. So, if I scroll real quick, I have a general idea of basically right away, okay, people are charging about in the $60 to $100 range, it looks like. Those are on the top. Okay, I see some for $10. I see some even for $5. So this just kind of gets me an idea of what the range is that people are charging. And I'm going to actually, too, want to look at some of the wording they use. So check this out. This girl right here has a ton of reviews. So let's go see what she's got. So right away, you're going to see stuff like basic, standard, and premium. All right, so it looks like she's charging a little bit more for LinkedIn and doing some cover letters. Okay, great. So notes that I'm going to want to take, right? Because this is where I can start charging and making some money because that's like an add-on, right? So now let's go down here. Let's see. She just kind of basically talks about the ad, talks about her experiences. So these are the kind of things that I'm going to want to fill in when I'm writing this out, right? And what's key is she's got a good profile. So she's talking about what she's all about. Make sure you've got that too. And what's cool that I noticed, because I looked at this before, so she's got an FAQ. So if people have questions, if people, aren't really sure, she's got a lot of just quick answers for them. So I would highly recommend, grabbing a lot of this same stuff and then just copying it and rewording it how you want because it looks a little more professional. So, all right, so let's get into it. So we're going to go to our gig and we're going to create a resume writing gig and let's get on to it. Great. So now here we are in our gig and we're ready to get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make an awesome title, right? So here we are in gig title, and it already has this pre-filled out saying I will do something. So and I just copied and pasted something just real generic for resume writing. So I said, I will do professional resume editing. I will provide a professional resume editing service. Boom. All right, so now I need to find the category to put that at, right? So I need to go to, so there's all sorts of ones to choose from, but obviously mine is more writing related, and there actually happens to be a resume writing category. So when you're doing this, when you're looking for a, something, you want to get as close as you can to what your service is, because this is going to help the Fiverr algorithms. All right, so next is metadata. So this is what's going to actually help the searches, because there's, of course, a ton of languages out there. So I'm going to say, right now, I am just writing in English. Unfortunately, that's all I know. But if you are one of those awesome gifted people, go ahead and fill this out and add some more. And then it asks for an industry. So this is a requirement, and what I would definitely choose is something that's in business, finance, banking, and technology and internet. So those are just what I found are really good, because there's so much tech out there right now as far as for searching. So this is just a general, take this with a grain of salt too, because there are going to be people that are going to be messaging you from all different types of businesses. So take this with a grain of salt. All right, so, and when it comes to tags, you're just going to want to find tags that are related to the work that you're providing. So I'm going to write in a list for mine. And there we go. So I've got a few tags in there, so I'm ready to go. So like I said, just make sure they're related to the job that you're posting. All right, so now we're going to move on to pricing, the exciting part. So let's talk about making some money. So I'm going to hide my face and we're just going to walk through it. So here we go. All right, so right away you're going to see this option here for 3 packages or 1. So I like to choose 3 packages because it gives you more of a range of how much to charge, and like you can offer more things. So I'm going to go ahead and click this for this example, but of course you can just have 1 depending on what you're doing. So we've got basic, standard, and premium packages. So for the basic, right, this is just going to be something real simple. So I might just say full resume rewrite. And then for the standard, I might say, all right, I can do your resume plus a cover letter. So you get what I'm saying is that you can build upon what you're doing. And for the premium, I might say, all right, awesome, I can do a resume plus a cover letter plus LinkedIn. That's a super popular thing going on right now, is people updating their LinkedIn profiles. So totally cool. All right, and then I'm just going to put in some really quick descriptions. So just keep them short and to the point, like what you're going to be doing. All right, so yeah, for the basic, I just said I'll do a full edit and rewrite of the resume. And then for the standard, it's all that plus the tailored cover letter. And then for the premium, now this, I said I'd add LinkedIn info. So, depending on how much time you want to give this, I'll just say something like, okay, I'll do this in like 5 days. You might want to say longer for these premium, because then I'll show you a little trick and below. And then, of course, you're going to want to say revisions. So for resumes, I don't want to have to go back and forth. Might be a lot. So I'll just say unlimited and not limit myself. So, and then here's some selections to choose from. So for this, I'll just say, boom. Of course, I'm giving you a file. You can review and critique it. Yeah, of course. And yeah, we'll edit, rewrite. Yep, great. Sure. And then I can give a little design for it. Now here's where it's neat is boom. So cover letter, I won't do this for the first one, but for the second and third, I'll include. And then of course, LinkedIn optimization, I'll do in the last one. The average price right now is about $60 to do a rewrite. So I'm going to do a little bit below. So I'm going to say I'll do $50. And for, cover letter 2, I'll say, what, $70. And for optimization, $100. All right, and here's where we get to the fun part. So this is where you can add little tricks and stuff. So say if you might want to add the delivery time a little bit longer, so that way you can say, hey, you know what, I can do this in like 3 days and, give me 20 extra bucks. And then of course for the cover letter and the LinkedIn it might be a little bit more. So boom, so I can adjust that, and maybe they just want LinkedIn profiles and they didn't want the cover letters. So you got to make sure you're thinking of all the different options. So for here I'll just say, all right, for 20 extra bucks, and I'll give myself a really long time, boom. Now, say somebody comes with a resume, I can just say, okay, great. If you want me to add on doing your LinkedIn work, then no problem. I'll do it for 20 bucks. All right. And there we go. So save and continue. And that was that. Next thing is we want to talk about the description. So, here's an opportunity where you can just talk about the work you're going to be doing, talk about how great you are, and talk about how great this work is going to be. And then, of course, what we're definitely going to want to do is add some frequently asked questions. This is really important because say your clients have a lot of questions, you can just refer them to here, or it just makes yourself look a little more professional. So I'll walk through both of them with you. All right, so first we'll talk about description. So I'm just gonna copy and paste something in real quick just so we can, for the sake of time. All right, so I just talked about how awesome I was. I'm so excited to work on their resumes. Talking a little bit about their packages, you want to talk about what you're offering, of course, and then just talk a little bit, about what you're going to be doing, just so you can kind of build their confidence and, get them excited. And then, of course, like I had mentioned that I'll require only 2 pages worth of documents, and that's my limit. But of course, I can do more. So if there's anything that's higher, then go ahead and message me. That's pretty much what I told them. So just so that I'm not missing out on any opportunities. All right, and so then for frequently asked questions, this is an important one. Great, so I did a little bit of research beforehand, and so I found that these are some really popular questions that people are asking, what's, kind of really hot right now. And so big things are like, hey, I'm new, I'm a graduate, like, can you please help? Or, hey, I'm in a technical field, maybe. So then that would just require some more research, which is, totally fine depending on what you're comfortable with. And then like I'm changing careers, like I'm going to be in a totally different area. So what do I do? Can you help me? Boom. These are some just questions that people are going to be asking. So when you're making your gig, you're going to want to just kind of think of that stuff. And then that way, when they come and look at your gig, look at what you're offering, they can just go to your frequently asked questions and just see, some really nice professional answers and build that confidence. That's all that it's about, right? All right. So moving on up, right? So, all right, next step is the requirements. So this is where basically when a person agrees to your services, you have the opportunity to get as much information from them as possible before the countdown starts. So when you guys agree on a job and you agree on a time, then Fiverr starts a countdown and you must deliver or have to work it out. Before that countdown starts, so you want to make sure that you're getting all sorts of important questions that you need. So I just wrote some real quick, like, hey, please make sure to attach that document of your resume. Otherwise, how the heck am I going to know what to work with? And then just something general like, hey, provide some background about yourself and let me know what your goals are, what you're interested in, where you're planning on heading so that I can get some better idea. And of course, Fiverr has a really nice way to message back and forth. Once you're comfortable with getting all the information you need, then make sure to save that and you're on to the final step. All right, so boom, the next step is pictures, right? So you have an opportunity to upload videos. Videos are really catchy. If you've got some video editing software, there's a lot of free stuff out there. You can make it just a really catchy video and it's more personable for sure. Or you can go ahead and do a photo. So I recently just made a video about how to make thumbnails. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to just upload a quick, nice and easy thumbnail, which I had just really quickly made right there. And then you just want to, maybe here's an opportunity for you to throw in some PDFs of your previous work. So some customers really like that. Of course, with resumes, it's a little tricky because, it's a little private information sometimes, but like say if you're doing maybe some design work or something, then you can easily just put some of your past projects in and go. All right, so you've got maybe a video in there, you've got some photos, and maybe you've got some of your work that you wanted to show your clients, and now all you have to do is hit that save button and you've got your first gig. How easy was that? Am I right or am I right? Boom. All right, and that's basically it. Congratulations, you've just made your first Fiverr service. So good job. Now you are now on this site and people can search you, people can find, what sort of stuff that you're offering. They can click on you, they have access to message you. So all good things, all opportunities to make some extra cash. So, if you've got the ambition to go out there and build something like this, then, definitely take that opportunity. And I'm telling you, people will come to you, people will ask you questions, people are going to buy from you. So this is a great opportunity to make some extra money on the side, if you're looking to just make some extra cash, or people have gotten really successful at this and started their own businesses and, are doing great. So another thing too, just real quick that I want to mention is that there is a whole selling criteria. So the better you do, the better you perform, the higher ranked you are. As you can see here, there's a level 2 sellers. So they had to earn that. So that kind of boosts you up to the top. So as you perform better, as you do better, you're going to get brought to the top and more people are going to see you. And that's just more money in your pocket. So I really hope you found this interesting and I hope this really helps you a lot. And, get out there and make some gigs. I'd love to hear about some of the stuff that you're, thinking about doing or working on. That'd be just great. So feel free to leave that in the comments. And, if you like this video, please subscribe. Definitely like it and it'll help the channel a lot. So I really appreciate it. So, all right, guys, take care and I'll see you in the next video.